Hey everybody, happy Halloween. Mark Ozzie here from Black Cat Comics in rockin Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This is the 5th Wednesday of the month, which always makes for sort of odds and ends, annuals, one-shots, specials, first issues, last issues, that sort of thing. Gonna start with the DC guys because it's a good example of what I'm talking about. This is Batman Annual number 3. Like I say, annuals are generally giant-sized one-shots that sort of tie into the main story, or maybe they're just totally unrelated. Maybe they cross over with other annuals. Could be a little bit of anything, but it's a fun opportunity to check out a book that you're not currently reading, or it's a bonus double-sized extra copy of a book that you're already loving. You know we love us some Tom King Batman around here. This one might have something to do with the devastating events of Batman number 77. Anyway, most of you are probably already following this one. If you're one of those people that dogs the annuals or skips these, I'd really recommend that you at least give them an opportunity, check them out, open them up, see if there's something in there that you want to read. I myself am always a big fan of extra bonus size comics. So anyway, there's Batman Annual number 3. There's Batman and the Outsiders number 1. Again, if you're not reading Batman and the Outsiders, this is a good opportunity to check the book out without committing to the ongoing title. This is Nightwing Annual number 2. If for some reason you're not following Nightwing, you should really check this out. It's one of my favorite Bat books, one of my favorite Bat characters. If you are following Nightwing, then again, you get this cool extra bonus size Nightwing story. Good times. Wonder Woman Annual number 3. That pretty much rounds out the annuals. And then we've got some Black Label stuff to talk about. Let's talk about Joker Killer Smile number 1. The latest dish from the DC Black Label stuff. Don't usually show the B covers because I like to show you guys the ones that you see on the internet and whatnot. But this is the especially cool B cover because, well, it's especially cool. And then Harleen number 2, another offering from DC Black Label. If you read Harleen number 1, it was really awesome. Great story, great art. I myself was really, really impressed, as I always am with Sepchick. But anywho, I hope you picked up number 1 because it totally sold out. Here's number 2. There's only one more left in the series. Make sure you pick these up. Grab all this Black Label stuff because it's been a lot of fun. Like Last God number 1. Yes, this isn't an oversized thing like most of the Black Labels are, just standard comic size. And it's not kind of your usual DC stuff. It's its own universe. It's its own separate thing. That's sort of the point of this Black Label stuff. Just gives an opportunity for top-notch creators to do top-notch books. Some of it's going to be DCU characters that you know and love. Some of it's going to be brand new stuff like this Last God sort of thing. But it's all stuff that you should be checking out. Deceased number 6. Going to talk a lot about some cool Halloween books wrapping up this week. This is one of them. This is Deceased number 6 of 6, the last issue of the series. Been a lot of fun. Cool, spooky Halloween stuff going on there. Tales of the Dark Multiverse, Death of Superman. You might have checked out the Tales of the Dark Multiverse Nightfall. They're going to do all of your favorite DC events, all the great classic DC events in the Dark Multiverse, which is fun. Another cool one-shot special for you on this 5th Wednesday. And real quick, this is your $1 reprint of Superman number 75, otherwise known as The Death of Superman, to go along with that Dark Multiverse tale. And, well, throw something in there for Halloween, because death is scary. Speaking of scary, Ghosts is the newest 100-page giant from DC. Love, love, love these 100-page giants. I've always loved these 100-page giants. Something DC's been doing for a long, long time. This is the newest incarnation of them. A new story, some reprint stories. Again, just in time for Halloween. We love the Spectre around here. Got to pick that one up. Great book to sit around and read while you're giving out candy to the trick-or-treaters. Aquaman is your other 100-page giant this week because, again, it's a 5th Wednesday, so they're kicking out all kinds of extras and specials and little cool things to keep you busy until everything gets back on schedule next week. Again, kind of like the annuals, this 100-page giant is a great opportunity to check out a title that you might not currently be reading, like Aquaman, because he's super awesome. Sandman Universe, Hellblazer, number 1. You know we're always talking up the Sandman Universe stuff. We love us some Hellblazer around here. I know Vertigo is sort of fading away, but Always encouraging you guys to check out all the great Vertigo stuff that they've been doing for decades, and Hellblazer totally tops that list. Last but not least is Basket Full of Heads. This is the, what are they calling this? Hill House Comics. Sort of DC's new horror comics line. Great stuff there. Again, just in time for Halloween. You're going to want to pick that up. Get a case of the spooks while you give out the candy to the trick-or-treaters. Really great, fun week for the DC guys. And a big old massive week for the Marvel guys. Excalibur #1 is the first issue of the latest X-Men book to be rolling out after House of X and Powers of X. X-Men 1, we got Marauders #1 last week. Here's Excalibur #1. You're going to get X-Force and Fallen Angels and all this kind of stuff. I really encourage you guys to at least check out the first issue of all this different X stuff. If you're any kind of X-Men fan, if you're any kind of Marvel fan, you're going to want to at least get a taste of what all the different books are like. They're doing a really great job of all this. Really great time to be an X fan. And then a lot of Spidey stuff to talk about. Red Goblin, Red Death. Again, just in time for Halloween. You're going to hear me say that a lot in the next few minutes. This one, boy, can't say enough about Red Goblin. I'm just nuts about this character. The idea of fusing Green Goblin and Carnage is just genius. And just been a big fan of Amazing Spider-Man for a long time now. If you're following Spider-Man right now, you're going to want to pick this up. If you're not following Spider-Man right now, you're going to want to pick this up, because then it will make you pick up Spider-Man. A lot of other stuff to talk about, like Venom. This book doesn't need much help from me. This is your absolute Carnage tie-in for the week. Everybody's already reading Venom. Everybody loves those symbiotes. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man with Fantastic Four on the cover there. I pick up anything that has Fantastic Four on the cover, especially when they're teaming up with Spider-Man. That's been a matchup going all the way back to Amazing Spider-Man #1. You roll with what works. And Superior Spider-Man rounds out your Spidey stuff for the week. Lots of web slinging for you. Doctor Strange Annual gets in on the annual stuff on this 5th Wednesday. This series will be wrapping up, but again, if you haven't been checking out Doctor Strange, you've really been missing out, because Mark Waid is one of the all-time greats. So pick up this annual and you'll see what I'm talking about. Savage Avengers Annual. Savage Avengers is another one of my favorite books. I know you hear me say that all the time, but Savage Avengers and Invaders really are two of my favorites. If you're following Savage Avengers, you know you're going to want to pick this up. If you're not following Savage Avengers, you're going to want to grab this annual, and you'll see why it's one of my favorite titles right now. Great stuff. And Black Panther is probably one of your favorite titles right now. Like I always say, great stories, great art. If you're one of the 3 people that's not reading Black Panther, what are you waiting for? Go as far back as you want to, or just grab this latest issue, jump right in, and you'll see why the world thinks that this book is just as cool as the movie. Ironheart and Runaways rounds out your Marvel Universe proper, but lots of Marvel stuff to talk about. Like I said, I'd be saying, just in time for Halloween, here's Marvel Zombies Resurrection, the latest incarnation of the cult classic Marvel Zombies. Everybody loves zombies. Everybody loves Marvel Zombies. I know it got a little silly in Marvel Zombies 4, Marvel Zombies 5, but they're kind of starting all over again. This is creepy, scary, cool. You can read more about this one in our newsletter. And Contagion, #5 of 5. Again, just in time for Halloween. Similar to the Marvel Zombies stuff, something horrible has happened and the plague is spreading across the Marvel Universe. You can pick up a Black Cat pack of all 5 issues if you've happened to miss out, or if this one got by you. Just pick up that first issue and I'm sure it will suck you in. Great stuff. Again, just in time for Halloween. Fantastic Four Grand Design. It's a new mini-series, sort of like the X-Men Grand Design that they did. As I mentioned earlier, you know I'm a big Fantastic Four fan. You know I pick up anything with the FF on it, anything with Bashful Ben Grimm on it. These Grand Design books are sort of a reanalysis of the classic days of the title, so I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Oversized, a little pricey, but if you're a Fantastic Four fan like me, you're definitely going to want to pick that up. Conan the Barbarian is the main core title of all the Conan stuff. There's also, of course, Savage Sword and Age of. Everybody loves barbarian action. And then lots of Star Wars to talk about. Star Wars Allegiance is the prequel to the new upcoming Star Wars movie, Rise of Skywalker. Super excited about that. Everybody has seen the trailer 240,000 times. If you're super excited like I am, grab these prequel issues and get a little taste for for the upcoming movie. And if you're one of those Star Wars haters, I just don't want to hear about it. Star Wars Dr. Aphra Annual. Dr. Aphra, new to the whole Star Wars thing, first appeared in the comics. You know she's going to be showing up. She's probably already showed up in the video games. She's going to be showing up in the movies. Really cool character. This series is wrapping up and is going to start over with a new #1. Again, if you've been following the book, you're going to want to grab this. If you are not following the book, you're going to want to pick this up. Good stuff there. Star Wars Adventures #27. Yes, it's an IDW book, but while I'm on the subject of Star Wars and all of its awesomeness, this is your latest issue of Star Wars Adventures. Been talking about the great job IDW has been doing with all of the all-ages Marvel stuff, like this one, and Spider-Man, and Captain Marvel, and Avengers, etc., etc., etc. But the one I want to talk about is Star Wars Return to Vader's Castle. Again, just in time for Halloween. This is issue number 5 of 5. This is the second series. Last October, they did a 5-issue series. This October they've done a 5-issue series. Pick up the Black Cat pack for both of these, for yourself, for the younger reader in your life. It's just so great to get all ages stories with a little bit of a scary Star Wars twist. Really, really, really fun. If you pick these up, you will not be disappointed. Like I say, grab both packs to both series because it's really great stuff. And a really, really great week for all the other guys too. You know I love talking up some Hellboy in the BPRD. Again, just in time for Halloween. This one's a one-shot. The thing with the one that ended last week was 3 of 3. Now you can grab this first issue. Again, if for some reason you don't follow Hellboy, here's your chance to check it out. Some cool Halloween reading. Invisible Kingdom is your Burger Books Dark Horse Book of the Week. You know we've been talking up the great job Karen Berger does with everything. She's got an amazing eye for talent. We love those Burger books. And Fight Club 3 is your other Dark Horse Book of the Week. Go watch the movie, then pick up the trade paperback of Fight Club 2, then grab all these issues of Fight Club 3. Can't get enough Fight Club. Safe Sex and Kick-Ass are your 2 Image books of the week. Both showing you that Image does the kinds of things that most other publishers just won't do. Great stuff. Warlord of Mars Attacks is my Dynamite book of the week because I love anything Warlord of Mars and I love anything that's a mashup. I love me some Mars Attacks. I love me some Warlord of Mars. So this is just like peanut butter and jelly. Great stuff. James Bond is your other Dynamite book of the week because it gives me a chance to tell you a little bit about what Dynamite does best, like James Bond, Red Sonja, Vampirella, a lot of the licensed property stuff. If you're a Bond fan like everybody is, you're going to want to check that out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, #99, getting so close to that big number 100. Number 96 was huge. 97, 98, here's 99, only one more to go. If you're any kind of Turtles fan, you're super, super stoked about what's going on right now. If you used to be a Turtles fan, you're really missing out on something awesome. So pick up that reprint of 96 and catch up to this one. You're going to want to be ready for the big 100. Star Trek Year 5 is my other IDW book of the week. Because Star Trek is one of those things that IDW does best. And, well, they say it's a 5-year mission, but the show only ran 4 years. So you got to find out what happens in Year 5. And Transformers Galaxy is my other IDW book. Because that's another thing they do a really great job with. IDW just kicks butt with all that stuff. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is your Boom Studios book of the week. But I've been waiting to get to the Archie guys. Archie 1955 shows you a little bit of the wide range of things that Archie's doing these days. I'm always talking up how much fun I'm having with Archie comics right now. With the mainstream stuff, the all ages stuff, stuff like Archie 1955, stuff like Jughead's Time Police. If you're a long-time Archie fan like me, you remember the original Jughead's Time Police series. You were really stoked to see them sort of do a reboot on that. Love seeing Jughead as a time-traveling cop. Great stuff. Bloodshot is your Valiant book of the week, just in time for the movie trailer and all that kind of good stuff. If you saw the trailer and you don't know anything about Bloodshot or Valiant or any of that stuff, grab the first issue, grab this week's #2, ask your local friendly comic book guy about what's Bloodshot, and he'll have lots to tell you about. Rick and Morty is your Oni Press book of the week because you guys can't get enough of the Rick and Morty. And The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, is my Jim Henson Archaea book of the week because I just love me some Dark Crystal and never miss an opportunity to pitch something from Jim Henson. And just a couple of things from the All Ages stack, but you love some Little Mermaid. Now that I've shown it to you, you're already singing the song. And My Little Pony because you guys just can't get enough of the ponies. Really great week of stuff. Like I say, these Fifth Wednesdays give you a really great opportunity to pick up something new, fun, and exciting. Halloween gives you an opportunity to pick up something cool and creepy to read while you're helping the trick-or-treaters. So pick up something new, fun, and different this week. Treat yourself to something fun. Want to thank everybody that came out to our Black Cat Comics Spooktacular last weekend. It was super fun. We had a great turnout, lots of great scary stories. Always check out the events page at black-cat-comics.com so you can see all the things that we've got going on. And last little pitch, make sure you check out all the cool scary books we've got back here just in time for Halloween. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com. Check out the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, check out the podcast at soundcloud.com, or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rockin Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.